I've never been good at doing prepared statements, mainly because I firmly believe that if you have something to say, you should know what you have to say, and you should be able to say it without writing it out on a piece of paper and going over it and fine-tuning it, to try to impress people, because it's just not worth it, or at least it's not to me. I'm making this video real quick to address something that was posted on X Friday night in reference to my decision to go after certain organizations, media outlets, and individuals for libel. Social media has become the means in which media outlets, journalists, and individuals have gotten comfortable with libeling, defaming, slandering individuals with no consequences. And I find it interesting that some of the outlets and individuals that I will be seeking accountability for over their libel in the past couple of weeks are the same individuals and outlets and organizations that constantly reminded people how Fox News paid a tremendous amount of money over its presumed libel, and actually it's admitted libel. So the double standard is just mind-boggling to me. But I want to point out something. I went out of my way recently to give people everything they needed in which to retract themselves and remove their libelous content. And rather than do that, 99.9% of you chose to double down and continue and increase the distribution and publication. I guess I can give you two good examples of what I mean when I tell you that you have a right to your opinion. And if your opinion is that I'm a lying piece of shit, you're entitled to that. You really are. And you're free to say it. And two good examples of people who demonstrated their right to their opinions in a manner that they got their opinion across, but at the same time, they didn't libel me in the process. And that would be Elon Musk, and that would be the Barstool Bar sports guy who, despite his comment about meeting me, even though I would disagree with that definition, his comments were his opinion, which he's entitled to, and he expressed them, which he's entitled to do. But if you look at them, he didn't bother to include, previously published claims that have long since been proven to be outright false and libelous. So I would encourage people, if you want to, express your belief that I'm a liar, do so without libeling me, because I'm not going to sit back this time like I did between 2008 and 2012 and allow people to do it and not be held accountable for it, or at least have to demonstrate why you should not be held accountable for it. Another thing I want to point out very clearly is throughout this entire process, from the very first time I went on YouTube in 2008 to today, I have never, ever included the Obama children in anything that I've had to say, mainly because it didn't concern them and it just simply was not necessary. And to find a media outlet as large as the Daily Mail actually using the Obama daughters in publishing multiple articles, naming them in the headlines, and then referencing me and libeling me in those articles, I'm amazed at all of the individuals who support the Obamas haven't been in an uproar over the Daily Mail using the daughters. in this context. I mean, hate me all you want to, but the one thing I've never done is use those kids. Never have and never will. Now, as adults, if they actually publicly speak out or post and reference me directly, then of course I would respond. But they have not done that. And to include them in this and to use them in promoting libel and distributing it more than 200,000 times, sorry, but if you're going to do that, understand I'm coming after you. You're either going to back it up or you're going to be held accountable for doing it. I'm not going to sit back and allow it to happen again. I have no problem with being truthful about myself or anything I've ever done, and I think I've been that from day one. So for people to distort it and edit it and portray it as something that it's not, you chose to do that. That's your personal choice. As for those of you on X and other social media outlets, I want you to understand that if you have hundreds of thousands of followers and you have libeled me on X, and I have reached out to you and asked you to retract it and remove it, and you have chosen not to do that, and that libel has been shared and viewed hundreds of thousands of times, understand, I am coming after you. Pure and simple. If you think I am going to sit back and allow you to libel me and actually profit from doing so, and me not hold you accountable for it, you have me confused with someone else. So that's where I'm at with this, and that is the explanation I want people to see and understand as to why I'm doing it. Because you just don't get to go around doing that, especially not on a platform the size that you have, and profit from it at the same time and not be held accountable for your lies. So, understand, this is where it's at, and it is coming. Pure and simple.